All right, we're recording. Welcome to Meanspiration, guys. I'm here with Bonnie McFarlane. She's in the woods, the very woods that someday her husband will bury her in.
I've had to dig my own grave. we did it as a favor to each other. We both dug our own grave.
Oh, I thought maybe he was like, your arms are getting a little chubby. Can you?
Yeah, no, he's like that also. I want to get like, I decided today, I want to get like that kind of weird bodybuilder thing happening. I don't want to do any bodybuilding, but.
You want like a thick neck?
Like thick. Like, yeah.
Well, you do you did CrossFit. I'm assuming you don't do it.
I've done nothing in months.
Oh, I did I told you, I think I talked to you when I did the master cleanse.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I was talking to you in the middle of it. You didn't, yeah. How did
it? 10 days. And then the minute it was.
Oh, my God. And I can't even believe that you did that. You look great.
It was fun. No, I mean, I've gained it all back, but it's all right. I think I look cute at all weights. So.
That's what I tell myself after midnight is I'm going for another snack. I'm like, why do you have
to? I was doing intermittent fasting for a second, and then I was just like, what's the joy in this?
Yeah.
Where's my joy? You know what it is? It's like when you're exercising, food doesn't really matter that much.
Right.
You don't have to think.
Right, because I used to exercise a lot, and I still sort of, but also sometimes I would exercise a lot, and then I wouldn't want to undo it, would just eat it. And now there's nothing to undo, so I just eat.
Yeah, it's like we're all doing. And the thing is, like, we're all doing, except some people are going to the gym again. They have like pods, the gyms, I guess.
Oh, Rich has a gym downstairs.
My jiu-jitsu coach has opened up this. So he's like, come in, just wear a mask. I'm like, I'm not like going to 69 a bunch of like dirty dudes and like spit in each other's mouths.
Yeah.
I just don't want to do it. Did you see Brennan Schaub and Callan got?
Yes.
So funny.
It's bound to happen. It's like.
Everyone that's going on the road. Also, to me, it's almost like rude because it's like, can't we have solidarity in the fact that we just can't perform right now?
Yeah.
Like all these people are trying to get these head starts. Like you're performing for like 20 people.
I love though that. I know. I was like, I've been asked to do a couple of shows and I'm like, I've been trying to get away from half full rooms. You know, it's like, it doesn't seem like it's going to be fun. It's literally the worst setup in the history. Like it's probably Zoom is probably a better setup than doing it outdoors with people sitting far away. Like,
outdoors, you just would have to readjust the entire thing. Because, where it's like you tell a joke, then you need the laughter, then there's like the timing and everything. You would just have to readjust.
I've learned to do it without the laughter, but it's terrible. And it's daytime and I guess sometimes, is it day? When do they start these shows? Like 8:00? No.
I don't know. But also, what
light out?
Have you gone out to eat or anything?
I've not gone out to eat. I've ordered in twice. And yesterday I went to the beach. I know, but I was like, it's outdoors, and
I think it's fine. I think being outdoors seems fine, but I went to Red Lobster. I've said this on every podcast I've done since.
It's made such a huge difference.
Does it?
Uh-huh.
This did?
Yeah.
I know. I'm screaming too.
Should I get one? Oh no, it's Schweppes. I'm going through a Schweppes phase.
Is it diet? No, wait, what is that? Soda water?
Yeah.
I get flavored soda waters. I trick myself. I do the old trick.
Like pop.
Oh my God, you're so Canadian. I forgot, and then you just say something so dumb. It's so pathetic to say pop.
I know. I realize that certain Canadian things come out of my mouth. They make fun of me in this house a lot about my stupid Canadian sayings.
I don't like those people talking to you like that.
Yeah, these fucking assholes here.
It's just crazy that Raina is like more powerful than both of you.
She is and she isn't.
I just stay on her good side. She knows where you guys already dug your graves.
Yeah, she's like waiting. No, but it's just funny because it's like, you can't ground her. You're not going to go to your friends. It's not. You should force her to go out. You have to go out without a mask. Yes. You want to. You're in trouble. You have to go hang out with those people. Going anywhere. Like I've scared her to the point where she doesn't want to. It is scary though. Yeah. I just walk around with a big tub and take all her devices, but it's like, it takes an hour to like, getting her remote.
And then you have to talk to her.
Where's your Oculus? It's like,
you should leave her just like the Texas calculator. Just like her calculator. Like, all you can do is math, bitch.
She loves when I do old technology. Like when I talk about like how you had to like text with a cell phone, like AAA, you had to like ABC to get
T9.
Yeah.
Or T9
codes.
It's really weird, the shit that seemed very cutting edge.
Yeah. Remember faxes?
I still don't really understand what a fax is. Like when I think about it, it just doesn't compute in my head.
Yeah. Why is it still being used? What is the
why are we doing this? It's an email.
Why wouldn't you can screenshot when you ever fax? It's crazy.
Screenshotting, the way of the future.
I mean,
it's how we can be an all-female comedy community.
Yeah. The screenshot is taking them down one by one.
Nothing was funnier than Dalia realizing that that video of him realizing that
oh my God, that was so good. That was the best thing.
That really was, it was just, it doesn't matter what side you're on if you're pro-rape, you're anti-rape, you're pro-guy, anti-girl, anything.
Wait, what?
If you like black people, white people, that's funny. What you saw there was funny.
Wait, what?
He was like, and then just the silence.
Literally see, it's like, but the thing is that like, if we were as conniving and assholey as men think we are, we could take them all fucking
down. They'd be done.
Yes. It's like, we're just being nice at this point. We're letting
live,
darling.
I know. I do feel like a part of being a woman is just to kind of keep some secrets, but it's not even like you're not keeping secrets for any other reason other than it's like, do I really want to be the one to tell the woman with the 7 kids that her husband has fucked like 4 people in the bathroom?
I know. It's like Rich said that no other woman will come forward in the Jeff Ross thing because it's too embarrassing.
Well, that girl's account was like, she read the poem. She was like, I saw the most beautiful man.
I know.
And I was like,
she was young and didn't even know it was wrong. But he must be like, he's into the dark arts or something, because how could anyone?
I saw the most beautiful man I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I keep like sort of talking about these things and then
that was before the plastic surgery.
Is there plastic surgery?
I believe there's a nose job.
Really? Mm-hmm. I want to get complete. Let's get matching plastic surgery. Do you want to try lookalike?
Can we be sisters?
My friend's been telling me about this one plastic surgery.
Absolutely perfect. I don't know you. There's nothing you can possibly do.
I would get some of my tit meat out and I'd put it in my labia. I'm really into like big.
Right. I
want to have the biggest pussy.
Right.
I have a theory though. Most female comedians, I don't know about you, you're married, you're out of the game. I feel like a lot of female comedians have a meaty puss.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a ball sack. It's testosterone.
I do think it correlates directly with your actual lips.
Really? Mine would be browner. They'd be like, there'd be more hair.
Yeah. Your face.
There'd be more sores, I'd have all these like, I don't even have herpes yet. I can't believe
their masks like around here, putting groceries in their car, whatever. Their masks are like down. I always, I swear I've been like, oh, is that a beard? Like I think women have beards now all the time.
We might. You wouldn't have to tweeze as much. I spend so much time in quarantine plucking my mustache hairs.
Oh, that's fun. Well,
you should try it.
Oh, is that a hint?
Yeah, get on it. This actually, we're not even recording this. This isn't a podcast. This is an intervention.
Like my family members start reading up my mustache.
What's going on with your family in Canada? Are they doing okay?
They're doing okay. I would love to go and see them, but it's like completely not.
It's just not a thing, right?
I can't. Well, I'd have to like quarantine, or you have to take tests. I mean, I guess there's a way to do it.
I want to get an RV.
You know,
I'm not flying. I'm not getting on a fucking plane.
No,
I don't want
asked
Corona.
Rich if he would buy an RV and we could just drive to Canada.
I've been thinking about that where I'm like, I don't have fucking money for it, but I'm like, I got to be able to convince someone to give me like a Facebook show or something where it's like on the road with this lesbo.
Well, that's a good way to present it to Rich, though. Just be like, we could shoot a show while we're traveling there.
Rich, just get on board. I don't like the idea that Rich has any say in your relationship. It really bothers me.
I know, but he's a shouter. You know what I mean? So you just go, okay.
It's fine.
Right. I always say, like, let the dumb person lead.
I know he's a dum-dum. I love dum-dum. He's my favorite person to sit next to during the roast battle. He asked he asked the rule. Like, he's always like, I have a question. It's like the rules of the roast battle I'm like, Rich, I have personally sat next to you 25 times. Yeah. Like, how do you not know the rules of the show?
I will. We play cards every single night, the same game. And every time he asks about one of the rules. And I go, is this are you trolling us? I don't understand. Like, I honestly don't get sometimes.
I love him though, because every time I call him Dum Dum, he laughs so hard.
Yeah.
He loves it. I'm not smart. We're all smart.
Yeah, he's smart. We're
all smart. But we're dumb too, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't. I saw Uncle Joey posted like he was talking shit on Shab and Callan.
Yeah, right.
And all the people that went out to see them, he's like, you should be punished or whatever. And he goes, look, I'm just some dum-dum with a GED. He says it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is true. We should all have to just qualify what our education level is.
Right.
Before we say anything.
We have to do that.
We're just not essential.
That's just privilege, okay?
Privilege.
Lederman.
Listen, I skipped 8th grade. Then I was held back 17 times. I was held back in kindergarten. I did kindergarten twice. It's a ninja star. Kindergarten twice. Then I skipped 8th grade when I went to my juvenile delinquent school. They were like, we don't care if you learn. So they skipped me up. Then graduated when I was 16 because I asked. I was like, can I graduate? And they're like, sure. And then I got molested by the teacher and they were like, boop, boop, get out.
I was like, can I just cram all my things into one semester? And they're like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's weird when you just ask a crazy thing. People sometimes will just go.
Yeah, and then I worked as a ski instructor at the ski hill, and sometimes they would take, like, a couple of times the class from the high school would come, and I'd have to instruct my former, like, and
they were still in school, and you were like, I graduated early to be this type of loser.
Jacket, cool skis, that instructor on the back. I was like...
I feel like being a ski instructor is like being like a camp counselor. Like, it's cool for like 4 years. On the 5th year, you're like, oh no, you're becoming like a lifer.
Yeah. No, I only did it maybe, I think, at 2 winters. And it was like the greatest thing in the world because you just got to like bypass the line. Like, I don't know what people thought we were doing, but we would just like go. We wouldn't have to wait.
Would you guys party and stuff? Is it like that environment?
Oh, yes, it was.
Did you guys fuck?
There was a little bit of that going on, but everyone was much, much, much older than me, like in their 40s or even 50s.
Ew.
Yeah, it was like.
Ew, it's so old.
I know.
What do you think is old now? I think I go 90. I go 90 is really old. Now I'm like 80s are pretty young.
Yeah.
I always feel like 80s are like pretty young. Like, whatever keeps my parents alive and young, I'm like, yeah, it's like really young. And especially like age, I'm like, wow. Like, if it's like someone I'm dating, I'm like, man, that guy's only 60. That's a young hottie.
Yeah, I know.
A young ass hottie.
It's all perspective.
Wow, 90. And then it's like, wow, it's like, at least it's in its early 90s. That's young.
You know, Dana does. There's a guy that lives next door that has like an above ground pool, and him and we got to get a fence. I mean, it's ridiculous. But him and his brother go, into the pool all the time, and they got to be like 70s or whatever.
Young.
Those big round bellies. I don't know if Zoe can hear me, but Raina, when she sees him, she always goes, okay, Dan. Oh. It's like the grossest.
She's better than us all.
12-year-old, like, be like,
I always have to be like, I just want Raina to know I'm never competing with her. Like I've deferred to her like since the beginning. I've always just been like, she was so mean to me when she was like 5 that I was like, when someone, listen, when girls sass me, she would do like a roll, and I go, okay. Like,
I know, but that's her like flirting. Too.
No, I know, but I loved it. I loved it. No, I've never had one complaint about Raina. She's so cute. She's so funny.
She is pretty funny. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what my jokes were going to be against you for the roast that I couldn't do. I think they were going to be something about how Raina was raised by her iPad. I was going to really give it to you.
Yeah. Dang you.
Remember I got mad? I was so mean. I yelled at you.
When? Oh, the roast. Oh, let's talk about that.
I yelled at you. Yeah, sometimes I just yell and it's crazy.
I teased you a little bit in the beginning of that phone call, and you really like.
Here's what it was.
I think you were ready for me to be mad, which I was. I was mad.
Well, I was disappointed that I couldn't do it, but it was like, and then I couldn't tell you about because it was when I was working for Sasha, but it was like such a big deal, and I was very nervous about that job. And then,
oh yeah, I made fun of you for saying you couldn't tell me, and you got really mad at me. And I was like,
you fucking.
I'm sorry.
I will tell you because I lived in a yelly family. My parents yelled at me. And it's like, my dad used to do this too. It's like the minute you start yelling and then you're like, fuck, you're like in the middle of the sentence, you already know you're wrong. You're like, God. It's just, you can't ever yell. Ever.
I think we did end though being like, okay, no, have a good trip. Like,
of course. Yeah. No, because I know I was an asshole. But because I felt guilty I couldn't do the roast.
Right.
Canceling on a roast, by the way, is the most, you look like such a pussy.
Right. Well, it was 2 days, I think, before the roast.
Yeah, exactly. It was like right before.
You would have been so perfect, obviously. It
would have been so fun. But that's, I think, how we made up. You were like, I just wanted you to be there because I like you. I was like,
yes, yes.
It's just...
And I don't want you to do well. That was the other part of it.
You've always sabotaged my career.
Yeah, that your things are happening.
Can you imagine? Like, I'm trying to think. I mean, there's definitely been like people in comedy where I'm like, I will roll my eyes when they get stuff. But have you had like the friends that do that to you where you're like, but we're friends?
Oh yeah. Just recently some friend of mine blocked me on Twitter. What?
Being blocked on Twitter is so funny.
I know, but it's like, and it's so weird because it's like you're like,
yeah,
friends for like 25 years. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Amazing. But,
I only block boys.
She felt I was stealing her material. I'm like,
no. Do you know how many times I've called you with a joke and you're like, I've been doing that for 5 years. I'm like, oh, okay.
No, it's never happened.
No, there's like, you're never mean about it. No, you know that I'm not going to like purposefully steal a joke ever. I have no problem dropping it.
That's what I was trying to tell her. I was like, people are influeenced by each other. Like, just because you said something doesn't mean I'm never allowed to say that, that we probably are interested in the same topics. That's because we're friends. We talk about it together, whatever. But
was it about eating pussy? Because you're a lesbo?
It was exactly that. I'm good at it.
I want to make a mask that's like this.
I have, I'll make you a mask. It's like pussies.
Oh, that's great.
You want that?
I'll blur it and post it. I gotta make some merch.
It's like artwork. It's like really arty.
I'm just really excited to make some merch. Just get out there. I'm trying to like get my credit up. I'm trying to be a good girl.
Me too. Become like the mask maven.
That's you.
Love it. I should. I've been sewing some stuff, Annie. Crazy.
I've seen you sewing.
Bobby Kelly a jacket.
That's a lot of fabric.
Yes.
That's expensive.
I had to go off book. Like
you had to add a couple of measurements.
Yeah. There's seams where there shouldn't be seams.
Oh my God.
No.
Have you hung out with anyone?
Karen Feehan was at the beach yesterday, but social distance.
How like thongy was her thong?
It was not as thongy as other people at the beach. And can I just say, it's so weird to me, and am I a prude or something? But there's women that are just standing on the beach with their, like, you can't see a thong. It just looks like their butt is naked. And there's like little kids running around and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, am I?
Well, thongs they're like in the, like, now they're
Yes, I saw so
popular.
many.
But thongs were always like, there'd be one person wearing a thong and you would be like, ew, that's weird.
Yeah.
And they're always like married to like a really old, nasty guy with like a Speedo.
That's exactly what was going on.
Yeah, it's really weird. I know. Karen doesn't even look slutty anymore.
Yeah, I know. She looked perfectly
the way she's slutty is so acceptable though. The way she does it for some reason. There's other people where I'm like, it grosses me out when they do it, but with her, there's something about like, you can tell she compulsively has to show her ass cheeks.
Yes.
Like, it's just like, she can't help it.
Also,
I applaud her.
They're nice ass cheeks. Like, there was people that were like really flaunting, fours. Just going and you're like, come on.
2x4s to the flatties. Yeah. I have cellulite, but I kind of like it. So sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking brave. Like, I'll have like a regular one and I'll pull it into my ass crack and it's all bunched up on the top, And I was like, put it up. I'm like, check this out.
That's a more accidental. Oops.
I'm like, ooh, oops. Did that shove up my ass crack? I didn't mean to.
There's quite an undertow.
Are you going to go an under camel toe? Are you going to under camel toe?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to do any of these like camping trips? I've seen like Bobby camping and people like that.
I grew up very poor. I don't go back. I'm good. That's a lot like being at home. No.
My friends are like, I want to go camping with my friends. They're like, yeah, we have like 4 days here and 4 days. I'm like, 4 days? Two tops.
Camping. I don't understand what it is.
I think it's fun.
You go to a park, it's the exact same thing, except that now you also have to like go to a park and have a barbecue. There you go. And then sleep in.
That's white privilege. Black people can't have barbecues.
Oh, right. You're right.
Bonnie, have you ever called the cops on a black person for having fun?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who hasn't? I get my gun out.
Dude, Karening is hard because
walks behind my car.
Oh, yes. That is so crazy. The fear people have.
I was thinking a good movie would be like a Karen, maybe play a guy like a Bette Midler. But in the end, somebody gets through to her. Like, it would be cathartic for everyone.
What if she has to Freaky Friday? She Freaky Fridays and becomes a black person.
Oh my God. See, that's why people collaborate.
We did it. We're rich. We're Rich Voss. We are Rich Voss.
Freaky Friday. They did take an episode of Golden Girls down who were wearing mud masks, which I love so much. Like you can't parody it anymore. There, it's done.
It's so good. Well, I can't believe I was talking to Ian Edwards I did a 2-hour podcast with him yesterday that I don't know how you talk for 2 hours, but we were talking about blackface and stuff. And I was like, it is weird that everyone did blackface. I didn't realize that everyone did blackface. Every person did blackface.
I know. It's funny because remember when the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, was doing blackface, and then he was cut doing brown face, and then he was cut doing you're like, oh man, he went
yellow face. He's like, I'm doing this.
Like, what parties are these where everyone is completely doing it? I know. And then you've got to think then there was 75,000 celebrities that were like,
yeah, there's people that haven't, their blackface has been hidden. You can't get ahead of blackface is what I've learned.
Yes. But I think don't take it down. I don't understand that part. That seems like it's in favor of white people if you're just removing the offensive shit.
It is weird. It's like leave the statues.
History has been written by white people. They erase all this bad stuff that they do. You know what I mean? It's like, let's leave it up.
Leave it up. We should make statues. We should make statues of all the celebrities in blackface and put them in place of the.
Yes. Make it more public.
That's a good
These
point.
are the kind of movies we used to make. If you go back even 10 years, 6 years even, sometimes last year, to a movie that came out, it's like there's practical rape happening in it. I thought this was like a romantic comedy. Like, it's insane how much our perspective has shifted in the last few years.
Should we do a podcast where we go back and we cancel old things?
Oh my God.
Let's just watch. We'll
You're
just pick
canceled.
a movie.
Call it you're canceled.
You're canceled. We'll pick a random movie each time and we'll watch it and we'll just point out all the places they should be canceled.
Well, like there's you know, a movie directed by Steven Spielberg. What is it? With Harrison Ford in it. And Harrison Ford slaps the girl, pushes her down on the bed. And it's just like,
I'm getting horny. I'm like, oh my God.
I know. It's like, oh.
Will I ever come again in this cancel culture?
I know.
I used to have a joke about, did you watch Girls?
Yeah, a little bit off and on.
Did you ever see the scene where Adam Driver had this girlfriend and he brings her into his house and he goes, get on all fours and crawl to my bed.
Oh, I read about it. I might have seen a clip. Yeah.
She's like, okay. And then it's her on the bed and he's jizzes all he's they put Elmer's glow on her, jizzes all over her chest, not even on her face. I'm like, it's not even on your face, bitch.
Raina, come look at this. Okay, sorry.
Raina, I'm gonna teach you something. You like Star Wars? You know that guy? All right, so it's Elmer's glue all over her chest, and she goes, I don't like that. And I used to have a joke about her. I'm like, it's so realistic. And it's just the idea that guys are watching this and thinking all girls don't want that. It's just
right.
And it's just but you can't even make that. People are like, I'm like, 50 Shades of Grey is the prequel to Me Too. It was a month apart. Is Raina really there?
Now she's coming out. I was just joking.
Raina, pop your little head in. Oh my gosh. You're wearing your mom, my favorite of your mom's shirts.
She's not giving it back. She's been wearing it for days.
That's cool. Gender neutral. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's you're silly. You got banana.
Body positivity. You don't know.
Is Raina trans yet? Raina, are you trans?
She said no.
Cool.
Our dog is.
Be unique.
Dog.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone that's mad at the older men for how they think. I'm like, you realize they're going to die. If our children are all trans, we're fine.
Yes.
Our children will take this.
People young women, especially in their early 20s, they get so mad when older women are well, you just beat them off with a stick and you move on about your day. And they're like, how dare you? But it's we've been swimming in the soup.
Yeah.
Our whole lives too. You know what I mean? It's
we've been in the sausage soup. We've been in the sausage soup.
Exactly. We've been in the
Come on. Well, you do also, you just realize what battles you want to fight. You just go I want to have peace and happiness.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go out every day and be
I can find.
But also, it's so funny. I remember when I was you remember when I went really Women's March?
Yes.
You were mad at me.
I mocked you openly a little bit.
No, of course. You were because I was on stage I need to fucking come. You're you need to come every time. I was
no room for error on the guy's part. Maybe he's been taking some medication or something. You're
but also,
no.
Then I was in a relationship for 2 years, and then I was oh yeah, I forgot. Sometimes you're just use me as a sock.
Yes,
let's get this over with.
Yes, right.
I don't have time to fucking get all the toys out.
It is probably the best sex work you can get. That's how.
I'm just we gotta schedule this in. We got TikTok. I don't have time for this. But well, that's what I was saying. I was I had a joke about this, and who knows if I'm right. But I was they say it's easier for women to come when they're older or whatever. Women hit their sexual peak in their 30s. It's I think they just we just bring vibrators. It's you don't have time. You just know. Oh, my alarm's going off.
Vibrator. Oh,
it's vibrating.
Whenever I say vibrator,
no, but it's we don't have time because it's everything's going to dry up. The dicks are going to stop. It's let's just let's come and move on. Come and move on. Chip chop.
Come and move on. Come and move on.
Come and move on. Come and move on. That's the name of this podcast. Come and move on. Come and move on. It's just but who cares? I also am the amount of sex jokes I've told where it's just who cares? Why are we talking about sex all the time?
Yeah.
Growing out of that where I'm ew. I watched this show on Showtime about polygamists. It's a reality show from 2013. And I'm like, they're coming out to their parents. And I'm like, why would you come out to your parents? It's like, nobody needs to know where you put your dick and vagina. Like, why is that like
right.
it's such a young person's like, I need to be like.
What about, I was talking to my friend the other day. What about women who are married that then come out as bi? You're like, well, that's a moot point now because you're in a, like, why? Just for attention?
Yeah. Well, it is like I need you to know my sexual identity. I'm never going to see your genitals. Like, why does it matter?
Right.
I support, sure. Like, cut your dick off, put it on as a fucking, like you're a unicorn. I don't care.
Yeah.
But why do I have to care? Like, me not caring is like a problem too. Am I going to get canceled?
I told this bitch gay now. Just take it to. I go. You come this far. Just take it to your grave.
It doesn't. Well, I've been saying. I think I said this to you before. It's like, how are you going to have cancer? How do you have cancer now?
What do you mean?
You have to repress your gayness. Like that's.
Oh. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Somebody just knocked on my door.
Cancer can't come out.
Hold on a second. Someone just knocked on my door.
Uh-oh.
I have no clue who that was. I have a neighbor who's all of a sudden like thinks I'm too loud. I'm like, I've lived here for a year, bitch.
But like you're not allowed to talk?
I'm very loud. I was outside I was on called into Ron Bennington's show, and I was like outside on my balcony or whatever, and I was like, pussy juice or whatever, and then this lady was like, no, but she's single, she has dogs, she's the loudest dogs in this fucking bitch. I'm like, I don't say
but they don't say pussy.
I don't say shit. It was right when I was saying it, so I know that she was upset before and it had nothing to do with the content.
Oh, okay.
But it's just like, can I do 10 minutes of a fucking phone conversation at fucking 12, bitch? I get so mad when people get
radio.
The radio, the future of comedy. But I had a when I was in New York, when I lived in Brooklyn, I had these neighbors that were like lived underneath, and it must have just been one of those ceilings that was just like you could just hear everything. Because I would be doing nothing, and they'd be like, "Stop!" They'd come up and be like, "Stop dropping your weights on the ground." And I would be like, thank you for thinking I exercise. I literally just walked in socks across it was just loud. And they had a kid that would they had a baby that kept waking up, right? And I'm like, look, I'm not trying to make your baby cry. You are too poor to complain about this. This is your wealth issue. Yes. Go get a house in the woods. Bonnie McFarlane's going to have one. Okay. If she can do it, you can have it. But they're just screaming. And he would scream at his kids. And I get, because I don't care that her dogs bark. It doesn't bother me. But the minute you start getting mad at me for being loud, I'm going to really care about your dogs. Yeah. The minute that guy started complaining about me being loud.
I'm guessing.
Oh, ding dong. Hi, dum dum.
Hey, what's that? I thought something entered your mouth again. Where are you at? I like your background.
Thank you. They're all pictures of you.
I said take it to your grave.
No.
There you are, Rich.
Are you outside your house?
Yeah, this is outside. These are real guys. They're floating in the sky.
Rich will take off his shirt if you want him to.
Oh my God, Rich, show us your weird grown man abs.
I don't have any abs today.
I was going to call you old, but you're not in your 90s. So, ew, we knew he was really going to do it. We knew it.
Thank you for letting, make a wish.
Yes, guys, this is, if you haven't heard him, this is Rich Voss. We call him Rich McFarlane. And hey, can I hear how did you guys end up getting together?
By the way, this used to be called Voss Plantation. But,
but then he got too tan.
We decided to change the name 2 days ago.
You can't be blackface and have a plantation. Well, I have my little 26-year-old half Asian boy who cleans my house, and I guess he lives in
And your vag.
But he cleans my house and veg. And I've called him my slave this whole time, and it's been hilarious. And now I'm like, I guess I can call him my slave anymore.
Oh yeah, you gotta be careful.
I know.
Words that you're using.
Maybe I'll send him to your plantation. Rich, are you getting accused of blackface because of the tan or no?
No.
That's golfing. Some blackface. That's golfing.
What are you what are you looking down at? What's keeping
I was gonna look at some questions people have.
Oh.
One of them was about how did you swing getting Bonnie?
Listen, I was in the top of my game back then. What are you kidding me? I was on fire.
So embarrassing. Nobody knows.
I was at the bottom of my game.
You're at the bottom of your game right now, Bonnie.
I never managed to get back up there again.
You see how beautiful this deck looks?
Yeah.
Rich Voss. See my birdhouses?
She saw him.
You know what's so funny about this is that you're a comedian and you're bragging about your carpentry work.
He didn't make them. He bought them. I love that.
He just bought them. That's cool. It really is nice. Mm-hmm. Look at that field. Do your slaves ever run away and you have to chase them down the field?
Yeah.
What are you guys crazy?
She edits it.
Huh?
She edits it. So there's like a 6-hour delay where she goes, uh-oh.
Wah, wah, wah.
When's the last time you worked?
I mean, what do you consider working? I don't know. This feels like work. I'll be honest. Since you came on screen, it's felt like work.
Can't listen to me, you fly-by-night middle. When's the last time you...
You're so funny. Comedy doesn't exist. You can't call me a middle anymore.
Yes, right.
What, you're not doing any outside shows anywhere? Or no?
I mean, I was thinking about, I was like, I could do one of the honking ones. We get honked now.
Oh, the movie theater one.
Yeah, there's a honking at you. Like, ooh.
I know. It's
they asked me.
very female empowering, by the way.
I love it. Honk, honk. Not my tits out.
Yeah.
I know.
Honk if you're horny. But I haven't done anything, months and months. But everyone's getting COVID that's going on the road. D.L. Hughley bumped me from spots. And then he fell off the fucking thing.
Oh my God.
I wasn't going to do them though. I'm like, I'm not going on a fucking airplane.
Yeah, I got to do North Carolina next week. I'm going to drive down, but I'm still kind of nervous thinking about doing it. These other guys that caught this shit.
You also have to stay in a hotel.
It's just the whole thing just feels like maybe we should just not do them.
I don't know.
Do you have any new jokes?
Maybe one or two. I mean, when I get up there on stage,
it falls out of your mouth.
No, they will. Unlike you, what falls out of your mouth when you open the car door and stick your head out.
COVID dick.
Close the door, lady.
Beeping. I'm doing my stand-up. They're like, ma'am, get out of the street. They're all beeping at me. I'm like, they're laughing. They think I'm funny.
I'm going to make coffee.
Okay.
It's the end of my life when I'm doing a cameo appearance with you two.
I mean, we're editing all of it out.
I'm doing a guest spot on a podcast.
Thank you so much, Rich. Everybody go out and see Rich. It'll be the last performance you see. You'll get COVID. It's totally worth it. Oh my God.
Get out of here.
I wish I had a car horn noise. Beep, beep, beep.
Taken, ladies.
You want coffee?
Get your paws off paws.
Oh my God. How long have we been doing this?
God, how
Let me
long
read questions.
to live?
What?
Nothing, dear.
We're gonna, honestly, we are, why is he going to do stand-up?
He can't, it
is our egos because the prices aren't good anymore. It's not like we're like, this will get us through. We're not really making money.
I don't know what he's making, but it can't be that great,
all of it seems so scary.
I just like him being away from us.
Yeah, I know. He's going to bring back COVID though. I just want an RV I don't know. I keep having dreams like comedy comes back. We're just not essential. We're not essential, and that's the truth.
Well, my friend was like, it's the Stress Factory, and he was like, I'm going to do a spot. It was like the Stress Factory just opened up. They did it outside, with like half capacity or quarter capacity or whatever. And I go, that's going to suck. And he goes, well, they'll probably be really excited to see stand-up though. And then the next day he called me and goes, yeah, I was wrong. There's just still the same asshole.
I've never done outside comedy and been like, this was great.
I know. It's like, can you imagine from now on, my career is doing like some kind of fucking weird, like Renaissance festival. No, thank you.
I was thinking about the Comedy Store has opened as a restaurant. So it's like, they serve like fries and you can buy alcohol. There's no jokes or anything, but I was like, I should go like table to table with like a cup,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, tip me
like those up close magicians or whatever.
Yeah. Like, let me do a trick. I'm going to try to make you laugh when you don't want it.
Yeah.
It's just like,
that would be horrible.
It's like the best case scenario right now. It's like the best case scenario.
Best case scenario. I know. It just doesn't seem like fun. I just they asked me to do it at the stand. I just said, I'm not ready, which I don't know if I'm ever going to do it again. Honestly.
Why did we do this anyway? What a weird job.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it really, truly is.
We tricked people into giving us money for this long enough.
When really you could write down your thoughts into a book and just like not have to deal with all those.
Yeah. They'll be really happy to see us. That is a funny idea. They're going to be so psyched. No, they're going to be more expecting you to be perfect because they left their house, risking their lives.
Yeah. They were like, why isn't this as good as it usually is? Because it's sundown and...
Because I'm getting heckled by a fucking airplane?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not good. The last outside gig I did was the Comedy Store did this like fundraiser at the Fonda Theater. And all the famous comedians, they like promoted and they were like on this rock stage, which also was bad because it's like, you don't want all that space when you're doing comedy. You want like the low ceilings and everything.
Before COVID or what?
Oh yeah, this was like a year and a half ago. Brody was still alive because Brody is the only psycho that fucking thrives in these situations. So then they put all the like not famous people upstairs. And it's just, there's no reason for it. It's like you already have like the people down. Anyway, so there was upstairs and it was just so horrific. I smoked a cigarette on stage. Like I was just like, I mean, what else am I going to do?
Right.
And I'm like bombing. Then of course Brody gets up and just.
Yeah, destroys.
I mean, just destroys. But then Dr. Drew was like interviewing people. So you have to bomb on a roof, get down and then go chat with Dr. Drew about who molested you. You're like,
oh my God.
I told him to watch my Marin or to listen to my Marin. He was like, so, like, what happened here? I would go, I was molested. And he goes, well, tell me what happened. I go, I just told it on Marin. And he's like, are you promoting another podcast? And I went, 100%. I got to go, dude. I don't want to be here. This feels like being molested.
This is worse. I was molested at a young age, and this is worse.
I was listening to Loveline.
Yeah.
It all happened to me. All right. Let's see if anyone has any good questions. They really never do.
Loveline too. It's just like two old dudes giving like young girls.
Oh, when you think we should do the canceled podcast.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, we should. That's so good.
I think it's a good idea.
Okay. What? How do
we would just need to figure out a thing, and maybe we would have to like. I don't know if we would have to clip it out. But I just don't. What?
How many cancellations do we go through in one podcast?
Yeah, I wonder. And people could send them in.
Yes.
Get them to do the work.
Yes. There's so many things. Remember the which I actually wrote on, but the Man Show?
Oh yeah. Of course you wrote on that.
But I wrote on it with Joe Rogan and what's his face? The other two hosts.
Was it when Jimmy Kimmel was still on? Jimmy Kimmel and
no, Jimmy Kimmel and Adam
Carolla.
They'd already they didn't want anyone writing on this. They didn't want the show to keep going without them. So there was all this whatever stupid.
It's all canceled.
Yeah. But we wouldn't be but the thing is like we wouldn't be canceling like actual, like it's just stupid shit, right?
Oh, it's just everything can be canceled. We'll just be making a point that you can can't like.
Okay, right.
I'm sure like we could watch like a Disney movie and find cancelable moments.
Oh yeah.
This is the patriarchy.
Right.
I love that the sun is setting and you're just a dark figure.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I have to take out the. Oh, look at that! She found her light 2 minutes before the podcast ends.
Hey, I just had to move.
I love it. I don't care. I'm never mad at you.
There we go.
I'm never mad at Bonnie. Okay, see all of these questions. What's your favorite ramen? That's so annoying. Whose bick is
I like a pho. I do a vegan pho. I love.
pho?
With a rice noodle. Yeah.
Oh, I like the rice noodles. It's so hard for me to not do an Asian accent when I say noodles, but it's fine. I can't do that anymore.
I do an Asian accent whenever I wanted Raina to do something good. And sometimes I would do, South Asian also, because I felt those parents really knew what they were doing in terms of like getting their kids like work ethic and stuff. So I just channeled that. And then
the way they talk is like, it's like a karate chop.
Yeah, it's like they get somehow it can really get into the like dragon mother mentality or something. And I'd beat her with a twitch. No, I
love that with a switch with one of the.
Oh yeah, yes, with a switch.
What are they called? Switch, yeah. Oh my god.
No, but yeah, there's certain cultures that really have like I think like they get it in terms of like loving versus actual physical harm, which we don't.
Yeah, you apply the right amount of pressure.
Yes,
like a little. Like a pinch.
I think we could go back to smacking kids.
Well, I feel like I should have been hit. I think I'm a good example of someone who like, I should have been hit. Come on, look at me. I'm out of control. But if you saw my credit score right now, you would go like, they should have hit her. It only fucked me that I wasn't hit.
That's so funny.
I can't, I'm like, my issues with authority are just, I should have just been backhanded a couple times.
Yeah.
All right.
My daughter doesn't get mad at me for never hitting her later in life.
I know. Isn't it funny that I literally I could be mad at my parents this entire time. I could just get mad at them for everything.
Yeah.
You didn't hit me.
Hit me.
Well, verbal abuse is what I got. And it's just like not good enough. Verbal abuse there's no punishment in that.
Right.
It just seeps into your own voice. And then you're like, I am a dumb cunt.
Yeah. No, you do feel as a mother, you're fucking up your kid all like it's just you go to bed at night going like, well, maybe it's not that much. You know what I mean?
Tomorrow will be better. Do you go like, no, I'll be better tomorrow?
Well, Raina and I get along pretty well. Like we don't let it last that long. I've never gone to bed thinking I was so mad at her. Oh no, my husband.
We got to get rid of this guy. He's golfing. He's doing shows. It's crazy.
And he takes his temperature 6 times a day. I'm not kidding.
I know he's OCD and then also putting himself at risk.
Yeah. So, but then he'll take his temperature. You hear him and it goes in his beep beep. When it tells.
That's so funny.
But right now, I'll just be doing something and be like, "Is he again? Didn't he just take it like an hour ago? What's happening?"
He's gonna go crazy after he does that gig. He's gonna go nuts.
But then he'll be like, "Oh, I think I have it. Oh, what is one of the signs? Is this, perspiration one of the signs? Whatever. Is it hot in here? Is it cold in here?" It's like, and then you go, "Listen, I get it. You're, mentally ill, but maybe don't go to like 3 different places in a day." He goes, "I don't." He'll get like really mad. Like, well, you went to 7-Eleven. I didn't talk to anybody, or he like, you're like, you went. Doesn't count. It's outdoors. You're like, okay. It's Home Depot. It's like
you should tell him raising his voice to a woman is one of the symptoms of COVID.
Yeah. No, he got his antibodies tested and he didn't have them, and I swear he was depressed.
You do feel like, because I thought I had them, and I was like, not because but just because Slave got them. And I was like, you felt like, oh, maybe I could fly or something, or like,
oh, right.
There's like more options or something. And then now I'm like,
oh, that's the thing. That's so
but
crazy.
they don't know anything about this. That's why I'm like, I'm just going to err on the side of caution. And
I mean, it is like, not to say it's a hoax or anything, but it does seem crazy that they literally can see stuff on Mars. They're like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, they should know what it is.
Not that those are the same sciences. Okay.
It is weird that they don't know what it is. This is it. It's an inside job.
To me, that's the smoking gun, Annie. And if they're not going to tell us what it is, I'm not going to wear a mask until they do.
I'm just wearing a mask. I wear a mask to sleep. Like I'm just wearing my mask.
Why? Yeah, I've grown. I was going to get braces before all this, and now I think, why? I'll use
it's a good time. No one know. I keep thinking I'm like, this must be so good for people with mouth herpes. They must be so psyched.
Oh God, they must love it. Ugly people are living their best lives right now. You know,
just imagine you're hiding a schnoz. You know.
Yes.
But then there's all this emphasis on your eyes. You got to have good eyes.
It is. Yes. I mean,
my friend wants to get a surgery where they do this to her eyes. I'm like, that's Asianizing your eyes.
Yeah.
Let's go like this.
To get what? To get rid of wrinkles?
No, it's not even to get, it's like, she's like, no, it gives you a more exotic look.
Oh.
You know, when if you let yourself look at that stuff.
You're not allowed to try to co-opt another culture for your look, are you?
Like this, look, ready? Imagine.
You look exactly the same, whatever you're doing. You
imagine someone sewed my face.
Your face is totally perfect.
What if I want?
I hope that's what this podcast is. It just is cutting to me being like, you're amazing.
I'm going to edit everything out except you saying plantation.
Plantation. No, we felt it was inappropriate when we re-looked at it in the light of 2020. Why did those people, it drives me nuts that they're like, I'm not voicing a black character anymore because, 2 years ago when you took the part, what you thought was okay.
They're literally doing
2 years ago was a completely different time. That's right.
They're doing a fucking black accent. It's anyone could have that job.
Oh,
they don't even need your face.
Look, I'm not saying do it or don't do it, but don't pretend you suddenly had a realization. That part came across you and you were like, you had to be, if you're any human being, you'd be like, is this right for me to do? And then the agent was like, look how much money you're going to make. And you're like, all right, I'll do it.
Well, I don't think they even probably thought about that. They just thought about when they saw it outside of themselves, they went, that's so fucked up. Someone's doing that. And then they went
I'm doing
I've been doing that. I mean, I am trying to kind of clean up my act a little bit where I'm like, I want to make sure my points are clear.
Look,
I don't want a punchline. I think we should all evolve and stuff, but it's like, yeah, you're right. It's like, what happened these 2 years that made you stop doing fucking?
Yeah, my issue is not, I don't even know for sure where exactly I stand on people who are not certain types acting or voicing characters in shows. I don't know if I think it's a very tricky conversation when you start going only boys can voice boys, only girls can voice girls, a transgender person has to play transgender person, handicapped people have to play handicapped people. It's is it, I mean, I don't know. Is it going to get down to are you a mother of three? Because that's what this part is.
Right. Totally.
And, but I don't know. I haven't completely made up my mind on all of it yet, but I hate the idea that they try to tell us that they just had a light bulb moment.
Right.
It's no, you didn't.
Also, why don't you just not announce it?
Yes, exactly. Why don't you just...
Nobody will notice. They don't see your face. It'll just be someone with a similar voice to you. Nobody's going to go, oh my God, is that not Jenny Slate?
Or 7 people who watch the show are going to notice it. And that's it. And it's these super fans, fine. But yeah, Jenny Slate went ahead with some kind of marketing team. She had meetings. She was like, okay, how are we going to do this? And then it went to every news network on the planet.
Everything.
And people are what a hero. It's it's not what a hero. It's I'm glad you stopped doing the voice if that's how you feel, but don't that show wasn't 15 years in the making. That was 2 years.
It just happened. All of it's
right.
wild.
2 years ago, we didn't know anything about misogyny or racism.
Well, I remember when Scarlett Johansson got in trouble because she was going to play a trans,
right?
I think girl to guy.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, this should be, and then they just killed him a whole movie. A whole movie didn't come out.
Joey Soloway, who used to be my friend when he was Jill Soloway. creator of Transparent.
Oh yeah.
He said in this thing that because he got in a lot of trouble for the lead of Transparent not being gender, and it's like he was like, I would have never gotten the show made. Like you do what you can incrementally to like, open.
It's all it's an evolution.
Come down on people who are actually trying to like push the needle or whatever the saying is.
Is that what they call when you get the surgery?
Push the needle.
Push the needle. Trap the needle. It is such a weird thing because it's just like I really like you can really. I would obviously want other people to be happy. I don't know how much it has to do with my life.
Right. No,
Chappelle's thing where he's like, to what degree
the industry could be better at casting different types of people and different voices for sure.
Well, like that show Euphoria, they have a trans girl in it playing a trans girl.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's fun to, honestly, it's like interesting to watch. I would much rather watch a real trans person play because you're like kind of looking around like,
yeah, right.
Like you really do look like a fucking girl, like 100%.
Yeah, sometimes. And
I guess like Scarlett Johansson wouldn't have looked accurately like a trans. I don't fucking know.
I know, but they like movies have to have like these famous leads, and I do like that in that situation too. I don't know where I stand exactly, but I do think like sometimes it's like, they're actors. They're supposed
we need really famous people to go trans, like to become trans.
Yes.
Like we need like a Brad Pitt to become like a Patrice Pitt.
Yeah.
Like we do need that. We need Betty Pitt.
Yes.
We need to see someone that we've been really attached to that we're not willing to let go.
I think it needs to be trans, like a trans man though. Like Jennifer Aniston becomes James.
James. They have to have been married to each other though. One of them has to have been married to Brad Pitt.
Raina thinks that Rich and I are transitioning into the opposite. She makes comments to that effect.
Well, I will say that Rich was looking a little busty today. And you do have like a Michael Moore type of...
Thank you, Michael Moore.
That kind of got his glasses. And you look like you're ready to direct a documentary.
Like I'm gaining a little weight, but come on.
You don't. You really don't look like you've gained weight at all.
Oh my God.
Do you feel like you've actually gained weight or you're just not exercising?
No, I'm not exercising, but yes, my body's changed. But part of like me likes a little bit of it. But then like yesterday I had to put on a bikini. That'll like.
I know. You just got to get a tan and then people can't really notice as much.
Right. True. Tans are awesome.
I've learned you got to get a little skin cancer to get through it.
Yeah.
And then you slim down eventually too. So it's good.
Right.
Cut the weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't hold down food. Well, I'm not.
That's what's funny because I do like wish to be skinny, but then I always say to myself, be careful at this age.
Literally what I said to Louie when I was working with Louie, I was like, I feel like you asked for everyone to, you were like, I want all the women in the United States to think of my dick, but you weren't like specific enough about it.
Yeah.
Like you got your wish, but.
Yeah. Yes. Right. That's so funny. Yes. Be careful what you wish for.
You got to be careful. All right. Well, I'm going to go. I got to go find my life, find my calling, see what I got to do. But Rich, I cannot believe he's going to North Carolina.
I can't, like, what do I
Everyone's doing it though. It's so weird. Fucking Shane Gillis, I DM'd him and I was like, do my podcast after you get COVID. Because he was like posting dates.
That's hilarious.
And then I was like, wait, do it before. I don't want you wheezing on the mic.
Yeah.
So he's going to do it next week with Soder, but I'm just like,
you're going to be in person?
No, Zoom.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's going to be a real shit show through people Zooming.
Yeah. Especially with him and Soder. They won't even notice you.
I know, I'll be like tits out.
Sucking each other's dicks so hard. You won't even be there.
It's good. I'm excited. I can't wait for it. It's all you can ask for in comedy, Just have men be next to you.
We always have our podcast. Once Rich dies, we'll force on that.
All right, we'll figure out the cancel podcast. I'm excited. That's actually, we'll figure
Yeah, I
it
think
out.
it's cool. If you can get people to do stuff for you, that's the brilliance of you.
That's my goal. I can
My
manipulate.
goal is to not have any like
Homework.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, we are lazy. We're a lazy breed, comedians.
I don't think of it as lazy. I think of it as utilizing my skill to the fullest.
Yes, it's true.
I mean, I want it to be pure.
Manipulate the masses. What do you guys want it to be? You guys show us. You do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go. I love you.
Love you too.
Bye. Subscribe to my Patreon, people. Patreon.
You know what that is. Bye.
Here's a little something from the old school. I got blisters on my hands from the hammer I swing, but I bring you much delight from the rapping that I bring. I work 9 to 5, I'm slapping shingles on roofs, and I'm spending most of my time just a buck in the boots. I'm trying today to make it in the trades, but I'm being overworked and underpaid. I struggle just to make it on $5 a week. You ask the boss for a raise, he turns the other cheek. Man, I'm tired of this shit. This shit makes me want to quit. I got a family. I got to stay legit. I climb back on that roof and start nailing down ridges. The introduction of the underprivileged. I'm a family man, a Caucasian with a dope jam. Got 5 lyrics in the stage here at the mic stand. Make you an offer that you can't refuse. You trying to cross me, sucker? You're gonna lose. Cause in Jersey I'm protected. Nationwide I'm well respected. You give me an MC test and I sure would be elected to be the best MC up on the Jersey coast. And if you think you any cop with bread, I'll burn you like toast, like toast.